Hey guys, hope everybody's having a good weekend. I don't know. I have a hard time hopping on here for content because there's like 1,000 things that I want to talk about, and then I'm never ready to make a video. So, off the top of my head, one of the things I want to talk about today is the importance of estate planning. And I know it's a kind of a morbid topic, but it is something that's important for all of us because it's the one thing really that unifies all of us, regardless of socioeconomic status, regardless of, how famous you are or how much money you have. Everybody is going to have an end to their life. So what made me think about this is I'm 47 years old and I don't have kids and I'm not married, but I had two friends in the past 2 months that have passed away. One young lady was a friend. She died in September after going in for a routine surgery, and she passed away. And then my friend of mine from college, who is also between me and all the TikTok, he will always be the love of my life. It's my college sweetheart. He's a judge from New York City. He recently died. He had a heart attack and he never recovered. And he's my age, 47. The other young lady was 43. And it made me think about something. It was the inevitability of death. And it's not something that we all want to think about or talk about, but it's real. And it's going to happen to all of us. And we don't know when it's going to happen. Neither of those two people thought they were going to die now at 43 and 47. I think about both my parents who died at 62 and 63, respectively, my mom and dad, and they died within an 8-year period of time. Both of them thought they had more time. All of us think we have more time, and the simple fact of the matter is we don't know how much time we have. So it's important to plan for for the fact that we're not going to be here. And contrary to popular belief, regardless of how much assets you have, it's still important to make plans for your wishes, how you want your wishes to be carried out after you're gone. So that's the first thing I want to say, because usually when I talk about these things, people say, oh, well, I ain't got no money, so why does it matter what happens after I die? Because no matter how rich or how poor you are, or whether you're in between, like the most of us, we're not really, really rich and we're not poor, we sit in the middle somewhere. It is important for you to make your wishes known. So what are some things that you can do? Obviously, if you are a very, very wealthy person or you have a lot of complex assets, you may want to look for an estate planning attorney, someone that can maybe build a trust for you and do things that are really, really complicated. But the average person probably doesn't need an estate planning attorney. Maybe you just need a will that dictates kind of what you want done with your assets and your wishes after you die. The other things that I would always tell people to do, if you don't have life insurance, get a life insurance policy, even if it's just a burial policy that will cover your burial, because once you're gone, you don't want that to be a cost for your family. You don't want your family having to do a GoFundMe to cover that. The other things that you can look at, regular things, your bank accounts, your 401k. Have you checked your beneficiaries for that? Is it updated? Maybe you're not married anymore, and so that person is still a beneficiary on a life insurance policy. But you want to put those things, make sure all that is up to date. The other thing that you want to consider, and it's something that I'm doing as well, I'm single with no kids, I own a house, and I have some other assets. I ain't rich, so don't come after me. But I am going to meet with an estate attorney to put together a will. Because I was sitting here thinking, having lost both my friends, I was like, wow, damn, if something happened to me the day of tomorrow, I have all the beneficiaries in place. What about my house? What about my personal items that I have in the house? I'm a member of a sorority. And so there's certain things related to my sorority that a non-member won't know what to do with. So I want to put all of that in place and on paper, and I want to let people know. I'm going to let my sister and my family know. I'm going to put it in writing. So keep in mind that you can do that. And it doesn't always require that you involve a lawyer. Like maybe in some states, like I know in Pennsylvania, you can write where I live, you can write a will in your own handwriting and state what you want. So definitely think about that. Think about if something happened to you today, what would you want to happen to all of your assets? no matter how small they are, your bank accounts, your pension, your 401k, your very special CD collection that you have. For me, all of my Alpha Kappa Alpha paraphernalia and my official certificates and my pins, all those kind of things. What do I want to be done with all of that? And I think the thing, I don't know, the pitfall that we all fall into is that we always think that we have more time. And the truth of the matter is that we don't know. I think about both my parents. My mom died in 2021 from COVID, and my dad died in 2013. Both of them thought they had more time. My mother was done with her seizure disorder finally, and so she was able to drive for the first time. So she had a money order for her driver's permit on her desk and the driving manual. She thought she was going to live long enough to get a driver's license so she could drive a car. It never happened. We had to figure out what to do with everything in her house, whether to throw it in the trash, whether to donate it. We had to go through all the probate stuff. So I know that it's a difficult topic, but I think it's something that everybody needs to think about. Go online and Google it for your state. And go check your beneficiaries. If you don't have insurance, get the basic insurance policy that covers burial. Talk to your friends and your family. If you have, I don't have a husband and kids, so I'm going to have this conversation with my sister. I don't want to be cremated. I want to have a funeral. I want to have an AK. I want to have my sorority have a part of the funeral arrangements, because that's something that we do. So that's what I'm working on. So anyway, having lost my two friends, and I thought about my parents, I thought, everyday people need to know that it's something that you have to do. And I know that it's hard to think about it because no one wants to think about dying, but it's the truth of the matter is that it's going to happen to all of us. And so you've got to do something. So have you started estate planning? Are there certain things that you think you should do? Have you checked your beneficiaries? Feel free to comment below, or let me know whether you don't think it's that important. I think it's important because when you're gone, you don't want to leave your family or whoever's going to have to pick up after you to figure this stuff out. So I think you should do the right thing and do what you can, no matter how rich or how not rich you are, or whether you're in the middle. We all have to think about this. So, all right. Hope to see you again in my next video. I promise I'm going to start recording more regularly. I'm really an introvert and I struggle with getting online. So anyway, have a good night. Bye.